I haven't figured it out. Goddamn! I just barely made it. Welcome everybody to Twitch Wednesdays. Fucking Christ!
You already. I knew it. I knew today you were going to come in and trip over it.
I can't go 2 weeks in a row. That's the thing.
Here, I got you, buddy. Everybody, welcome to Twitch Tuesdays. Now on Wednesdays. Now on YouTube. We're your hosts. We understood the assignment for our matching T-shirts today. At least matching colors.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, very different shirts.
I just grabbed something like just now because I walk around my house naked.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I just gotta tweet this out and we are ready to go. We're gonna be talking about Doctor Strange 2, the multiverse of madness.
Doctor Strange? I thought we watched Dr. Tran. You ever seen that?
Dr. Tran?
Dr. Tran? You ever seen? I know it sounds like transsexual or something. It's not. Like
I don't know what this is. Is it spelled the same? T-R-A-N?
T-R-A-N. Yeah, hold on. I got you.
You are having trouble streaming to Twitch. There may be an issue on Twitch's end. We'll keep trying to let you know when it's resolved. Oh, okay. I guess
we're not actually live on Twitch.
Welcome to Twitch Tuesdays, now on Wednesdays.
Now on YouTube, now only on YouTube. We're having trouble on Twitch. Yeah, I noticed. I know. All right, so while we're bantering with that, I'm going to show you just like a couple minutes of Dr. Tran, and I hope we don't get like flagged for this. We shouldn't. But so.
Oh, wait, no, I definitely seen this.
Yeah.
He is a man of action.
Hey, Ben. Happy Wednesday.
He is a man of honor.
Ben, I promise we're going to talk Doctor Strange here
He
soon.
is a man of duty.
But we're going to talk Dr. Tran.
Are you talking to me?
Here comes Dr. Tran.
Where's that coming from?
This summer, everyone's favorite action hero returns.
What?
And his name is Dr. Tran.
Oh, I'm not a doctor.
Never mind, I've never seen this.
Oh, man. It's so
I'm
good.
not a doctor. I'm only 5 years old.
Not only is he a real doctor, he's a dashing special agent with a PhD in kicking your ass.
Please go away. I have to do chores.
He's a true American legend.
What? I've never been to America.
From America.
Father is coming home. Please let me finish breakfast.
When America needs saving, Dr. Tran delivers.
No, I don't.
I promise.
How did you find my village? Please stop talking.
You made Dr. Tran the legend he is today by mindlessly attending over 30,000 of his hit films. Operation Dr. Tran. 3, 2, 1, Dr. Tran. Oh shit, it's Dr. Tran.
You go home now.
It isn't good for Dr. Tran to get so angry. He should know better. After all, he's a doctor.
You are telling lies.
See him defending freedom.
That was more than 10 lies.
Witness him battling evil forces.
Oh, I counted that one.
Watch him kill his own mother with a broken lawn chair.
I love mother.
It's a tough job.
It's
But Dr. Tran bites
Dr.
the bullet
Tran,
and
Jake.
he does it.
We're opening with Dr. Tran before our Doctor Strange talk.
I don't know if this is
Of
racist or not.
course, butthole
This feels like it's racist.
Henry, what?
It's kind of
What?
racist.
What?
Yeah.
from a cop.
No, I won't.
I'm
Yes,
waiting
you
for
will.
like the big dick line.
I hate you.
Now, you can own every one of Dr. Tran's films in the new Dr. Tran 30,000 DVD
This is from Newgrounds, it
Classic
seems.
titles
Yeah, I think this
include
is where it
Dr.
originally
Tran
is.
meets his match. Dr. Tran has a chat with a Mormon child. Dr. Tran visits Satan. Dr. Tran doles out the harshness. Q is for Dr. Tran and Dr. Tran 3D. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tran.
You said a bad word.
Oh, I love that they get like.
I love Dr. Tran. I am an Asian male.
People everywhere agree.
Anyway, this goes on for quite a while. There's that one part where they're like, Dr. Tran has a huge penis, and he's like, oh, and he's like, they bang all the hot bitches, and it goes on, you get the idea. So anyway, that's Dr. Tran,
Yeah,
which is
that was
not
weird.
Doctor Strange.
It is not. It I did not expect to see that today, but you never know where life takes you, where T-Dubs takes you. I just tweeted it out that we're live. We're apparently on Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what that notification was, but we're
Wait,
on
we
Twitch.
are on Twitch? You sure?
Yeah, we're on Twitch.
Oh yeah, here we are. Oh, look at that. It's us and Sasha Grey.
What?
Anyway,
Let's keep getting this notification that we're not on Twitch. We clearly are on Twitch. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Doctor Strange and the Mom, aka in the Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange and my mom. Welcome to Mother's Day, post Mother's Day stream.
Mm-hmm.
Nat, how was your Mother's Day?
It was good. It was fun. How was yours?
Yeah, I mowed the yard. That
What?
may be a segment for on the AAA show. What's that? Is that
For
like
the
a
AAA show? You could just say AAA.
You could just say AAA.
What?
You know the show, Danny. Do you mean? Thank you for the uni. It's the 2 bits. You couldn't at least give us 3, 1 for each A, Danny? Stingy. Anyway, so I want to address something. I want to hit it early. Let's get it out of the way. It's awkward. My lighting is kind of poor today. I've got my traditional reflect in the lens glasses. Look back to me again. I know it's bothering everybody. Everybody noticed. I'm gonna come out and tell y'all. I think our AC is not working so well. Cheer wall. Thank you, Danny, for the 3 bits. 1 for each A. That's pleasing. Now, if you could donate some real money, that would be great. So,
yeah, thanks for the 7 cents, Danny.
Yeah. So my lighting is off because when my regular light is on, it does get rather warm in here, and I believe my AC in my house is actually starting to go out. So it would get very hot, and I would be melting down here if I tried to have good lighting. So this is the sacrifice y'all have to do. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Not much to be done about it.
I feel like the show would be a lot better if it was an audio-only podcast.
I think
look into that.
I think about that sometimes. I do, but some of the hijinks we put on screen is just so worth it.
Yeah, that's true. And
the brackets would make so much less sense whenever we just done it. Also, one last story before we get into Doctor Strange.
It was a story.
So I'm traveling to LA tomorrow, and stay tuned. Keep an eye on Titans, guys. It won't be this week's episode. Watch next week's episode, maybe. So anyway, I'm going to LA tomorrow, flying out, pretty early. And I was like, all right, cool. Whenever I fly, like the next day, I try to eat something a little bit chill because I don't want to like roll the dice. I'm going to just have like bubble guts on an airplane. That's a bad time.
Sure.
Then we wouldn't be able to see Nat's glorious hair. Fact, Jake. This is why we stay in visual just for you.
Big facts.
So I was going to go to our tried and true staple, Subway. Eat fresh, And we went to Subway, and their lobby was closed. Now, we walked up to the doors. The lobby was closed. There was a drive-through we could have gone through, but the people looked at us, and we looked at them. And
Wait. There's a drive-through for Subway?
Yeah, we got driveways in all our Subways.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen that before.
Yeah. No, like we've got like they're just like in parts of buildings with a driveway.
You don't get to see them make the sandwich? That's the whole thing.
I mean, you can. Like you go into the lobby when it's open, but my lobby wasn't open. So yeah, no, otherwise we have a driveway or drive-through. So anyway, we went in. Well, we tried to go in. The door was locked. They look at us. We look at them. We walk. And it may have seemed like we were going to go through the drive-through, but in reality, we just drove out of there out of embarrassment. And my wife said, okay, well, Hannah, you guys know, friend of the show. And she was like, yeah, I think I want to, let's go to Penn Station. I'm like, well, we can never go to the Subway ever again. So there's like 9 other ones in the city. I'm not kidding. Like, that's not an exaggeration. We have 10 Subways in Bowling Green. So instead of just going to another Subway, we went to Penn Station. And it was miserable. It was really bad. So the moral of the story is, if you're going to get a sub on T-Dub, make sure you get Subway sandwiches. Eat Fresh, sponsored by Subway. No, we're not. We still are waiting to get sponsored. Alan Smithy says, you guys are competing with the World Girls playing D&D and cosplay, so don't expect a lot of views. Maybe just a live stream and react to it instead. That's a brilliant idea that we will be taking here soon. Hang tight, Alan. Also, in spite of that, we still have the most viewers we've had in a while, according to our count.
We don't ever expect a lot of views. This is the most.
Yeah.
This is exceeding our expectations. So.
We will put on this fetish festival here shortly, though, after we do our Doctor Strange review. Will says, I exclusively go through Subway drive-thrus, order ahead. Yeah, well, I'm with you. That's the same way we are now.
No idea this was a thing. I lived in 2 states, and I've never seen a Subway drive-thru.
Yeah, we order on the app, and then we just pull up and we're like, hey, give me my food. And they're like, all right, cool. And then Danny says, and without video, we have not seen Jacqueline. And without video, then we have not seen the Jacqueline picture. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Danny donates straight up 99 cents. Danny,
that's like 99 Corgos. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's like 99 Gorgos you just dropped. You couldn't go into $1 full though? Embarrassing. Says,
for shame, Danny.
Yeah, Alan says, holy shit, Roxy's dressed as gold. Oh, bro, we will get there, all right? Hold on. We will pull it up. But we've got to talk about Dr. Tran. Damn it. Doctor Strange, too. We put it off long enough. Let's get into it. Now, right away, first impression. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Also, we're dropping spoilers. We should probably put that.
Oh, are we talking spoilers? I thought we were gonna go non-spoiler first. Let me edit that.
No, we should probably just go ahead and put spoilers because I feel like it's so relevant.
Spoilers. Yeah. Boom. Okay. I liked it.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was really good. Top 10.
So this is what I was thinking about because it's a shame he isn't in the chat right now because I saw this movie with William Harold,
yeah,
and PJ.
Did you actually did you guys go at the same time, or was that like unplanned?
It was so I forgot what movie it was, but I walked out of a random movie and then I saw William Harold. I was like, oh, of course you're here. And then I was like, hey, you get your tickets to Doctor Strange? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, is it on opening night? He's like, yeah, IMAX. And I was like, 6 p.m. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. So and we happened to sit like 2 seats apart too. So
yeah.
And PJ Campbell was there and Tim Franco was there. So we hung out with them. I walking out of the movie, I was like, I thought that was cool, but I'm gonna need to think about that more. But then I had to I got the chance to talk about the movie with PJ, and he loves the movie, and his appreciation for the movie made me like it more because he was putting up some good points about why it is an awesome movie.
PJ is also a big horror fan, so it doesn't surprise me he likes the Raimi factors all playing into this too.
Yeah, definitely. I mentioned this. I really love the way this is the first time they've done true horror in the MCU. Yeah. And it was fucking it wasn't like scary like compared to like actual horror movies, but it was kind of terrifying. It was kind of walking and I'm not the biggest Sam Raimi fan. And there were definitely a lot of moments that are Raimi-isms that are kind of cringe and kind of hokey. Yeah. And that definitely kind of took me out of it. But I thought it was pretty great. As far as top 10 goes, when I walked out of the movie, I actually said I think it might be in my top 10. It is. I don't think it is in my top 10. After I sat down and ranked it, it's like number 11 or maybe 12. Yeah. But my top 10 are fucking stacked. So
top 10
so that's
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Top 10 Marvel films are pretty heavy at this point. I'm like trying to find where I saved my top 10 list, and I'm like kind of curious as well. Yeah, honey, come on in.
Dylan, are you super busy?
I'm just streaming.
I need you to come in the basement.
Quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
Okay, I guess I'm all alone now to talk about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness competing with the World Girls in cosplay. All right, so I guess this is now as a good time as any to break down my MCU rankings. I think I have this at my number 11, right after Infinity War, which I'm pretty sure I have as my number 10. But yeah, let me check that real quick. Just take a second while Dylan has left me alone. It is. Oh, actually, no, it's my number 13. Yeah, I thought about it some more, and I actually have it. way lower than I thought I did. What's up with the chat? I have it at oh shit, we have it at 13. We have it at the same spot. So yeah, my going through my list. Number 1, Endgame. Number 2, Thor Ragnarok. Number 3, Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 4, Black Panther. Number 5, Captain America Civil War. I should slow down and stall for time. Number 6, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Number 7, Spider-Man Homecoming, which used to be my number 2. So that is surprising that I got knocked down to number 7. Number 8, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I think it's a perfect movie. Number 9, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 10, Avengers Infinity War. Number 11, Spider-Man Far From Home. I know it's not the best, but it still has a special place in my heart. Number 12, Guardians of the Galaxy. And finally, at number 13 is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Alan Smithy says, does Doctor Strange say groovy at any point in the film? He does not. I don't think so. I don't think that's a line that Benedict Cumberbatch had. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about this movie by yourself, Dylan. I know you can hear me. You didn't mute the thing. But yeah, I mean, I really liked it. Chat, give me some questions to answer. I will happily answer them. I really like. We're gonna go full spoilers. So, I did not expect the John Krasinski scene when he showed up as Reed Richards. That was. Alex Smith says Far From Home has a fun character and a lot of comedy. Yes, I agree. Did not like the cool octopus monster and in the opening scene. I think out of the two of us, Dylan's more of the octopus fan. I thought it was cool. I didn't think so. What I really liked about this movie was that it never kind of slowed down. It just kind of kept the same pace. This was popping up saying we're not on Twitch. We are on Twitch, right? Right, Danny? You're the only one on Twitch. You can still see us, right? I thought it was an interesting choice to open with that much action, and it was just like nonstop throughout the movie, where you never had a moment to kind of rest. Except, I guess, kind of like when Doctor Strange was at the was that Christine's wedding. I guess that was kind of like a chill moment. Would this movie have been better if Tim Burton directed it? That's a good question. I think yes. I think maybe. I don't know. But that's coming from me, who's not the biggest Sam Raimi fan. So a lot of really, really cheesy moments. Like there was a moment. Smithy, have you seen this movie, or are you okay with me spoiling it for you? I just said John Krasinski. A lot of moments like the where Christine like blast that ghost thing away, and she's like, go to hell or something like that. It was like, this is classic Sam Raimi cheesiness that I don't like, Danny Koss says, and Christine's new husband was I don't know why I said parent. New husband was a Doctor Strange fanboy. Alan says, spoil that shit. I will spoil it. I will spoil the entire movie for you. Yeah, I mean, I really liked how overpowered they made Wanda. Like she definitely felt like an unstoppable force, and they did a really cool thing where they didn't have Doctor Strange beat her. They had her kind of like beat herself, like have her change her mind about being a fucking monster in this movie. So I thought that was cool, and the people who are mad at it and saying that it doesn't make sense for Wanda to be this way, to be a full blown bad guy, to which I say, have you watched WandaVision? Like she clearly the end of that series is building her up to be a bad guy, and I think Wanda as a villain was a good twist. I think so too. Yeah. When that scene happened, when Wanda mentioned America's name, and then she was like, and you never said her name, did you? That was the moment where I'm like, oh, this shit's going down. Because from the trailers, I thought was Wanda was gonna be kind of like the supporting character who happens to be there. Doctor Strange's super powerful friend. And I thought the Sinister Strange was going to be the bad guy, the main villain of this movie. And I am so glad that I was wrong, and it was not. In fact, evil Doctor Strange, even though he was a villain in this movie, the ultimate villain was Wanda, and I love that. Our viewers are dropping like flies because it's just me talking. Yeah, I mean, I really liked what they did a lot. Like, I thought she was very scary. Danny says in the end credits. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about the end credits when Dylan gets back because he's gonna want to hear this. But in the end credit, the children crying for help was actually her in the future trying to kill 818 Wanda. The end credit with what end credit are you talking about? Is that Ben Renner says I'm here? Sorry, I've been quiet. No worries, man. Just glad you're here. What did you think about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? Of WandaVision. Okay, because I was like Pizza Papa. That was the end credits. Yeah, I mean, I've been talking for a while. My mouth is kind of dry. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. You know what? Let's just spoil the movie. So the scene where she kills the Illuminati, I love that shit because it's exactly like it is in the comics.
Spoiler. Jesus.
Alan says spoil that shit. I'm just doing I'm instructed to.
Okay. You're talking about my favorite part, so I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna count and ask you.
Okay. Please.
Sorry.
I've been talking for a while.
I know. I'm sure. Sorry. So if I repeat anything that said, well, that just means that we're on the same page on it. So first of all, I'm gonna detail you with another little distracting story. So as you guys know, my wife interrupted the stream as she usually does and insisted that I go down to the basement, where a hornet about yay big was waving around, waiting to try to conquer our laundry room. So our cat's a true hunter. So she put in her best effort, but she wasn't catching this hornet. Thankfully, I don't like things coming into my house. I'll just kill you. So after several attempts and many stings, I got the hornet. I am going to anaphylactic shock based on my immune response. So I'm gonna need an EpiPen and a doctor appointment, and we may need to reschedule this because I got stung several times and it hurts. You're muted.
Say that again. Sorry, I was checking Twitter. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, no, there was a giant hornet in our basement, and I had to go fight it, and I won.
Mm-hmm.
I literally can hear my wife fighting my cat. Do you guys hear that?
I hear it. Yeah.
She's in the basement. Like there's a vent right next to my right.
She's fighting your cat.
Yeah, well, the cat's probably trying to eat it.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, pick it up already. Jesus. So back to Doctor Strange and Dr. Tran and all that stuff. So I want to give my opinion on it, right? I think this movie is absolutely great. I can kind of see the argument why some people wouldn't feel too hot on it. In some ways, it's not as spectacular and great as it's not. I'll give it this because it has horror elements and it falls into that horror franchise concept. I can see why it would turn people off the same way regular horror would turn people off. It's something I actually kind of want to flesh out more other than that, because other than that, I don't see it. I think this movie is so fun. This is such a great direction for Marvel movies as a whole, because this is what Taika Waititi did with Thor Ragnarok, leaving his impression, making a very Taika Waititi movie, but just using the elements and the plot lines and characters of Thor and the Marvelverse and such. I think it was so awesome to see Raimi be able to do that in his own way. I'm not even a huge Raimi fan by nature, but I do think that it is something really awesome that the Marvel movies are trying to do now, where they're trying to have their cake and eat it with directors. They're trying to sit there and actually hire directors who have a very big fingerprint, and they're letting them be creatively active with it. Yeah. Yes, honey.
I got rid of it. I scooped it.
You poop scooped it?
Yes.
Wash your hands.
I will.
Okay.
Did you tell them?
Yeah, I told them I got stung several times.
It was seriously, you guys. Like this.
Quit,
I don't know if you
quit talking about me on screen right now, honey.
I have never seen.
You heard it, guys. She said that it was giant and she's never seen.
I've never seen anything like that.
That's me. Who she's talking about. She married me.
I'm glad our cat didn't actually catch it.
Yeah, no, the cat didn't catch it.
She was trying to eat it.
Okay, take Griffin.
Come on, Griffin.
I'm trying to talk about my fucking wizard movie.
Okay, enjoy.
All right.
Be glad that we're still alive.
I literally was the one who did all the work.
I know. I gave you credit. I tweeted about it and gave you credit.
Okay.
Danny, we don't talk about Deadpool in this movie, all right?
There was no Deadpool, most importantly, in this film.
Could you just not? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna time you out. Fucking time you out for that.
Wait, Danny or me? You can't time
Danny.
me out. Yeah.
Danny Cost.
Yeah. Danny,
You're timed out.
I'm here. Sorry, I've been quiet. Ben! No, you're fine, Ben. I just got back myself. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. Yeah. So the whole like director fingerprint being left on this. This is such a Raimi movie, but it's still very Marvel, and it's very like I think this is the edgiest Marvel has probably been in its movies. With God, we got and back to what we were talking about, the Illuminati scene. Dude, first of all, fucking so hype on just that whole scene. Like John Krasinski, more or less getting confirmed for Fantastic Four.
I fucking knew it. I mentioned it in the past. I was like, oh, John Krasinski is gonna get in Fantastic Four.
That one I was with you on. I was with you on Krasinski. I wasn't with you with Deadpool.
Okay, well, the Deadpool thing
didn't pan out.
Whatever. All right, that didn't happen. I would time you out if I could.
Yeah, I know you would, but you can't. Deadpool didn't happen. It was so funny though. So I went with a buddy of mine, my buddy Mark. I sat down and I looked at him and I'm like, Deadpool can't be in this movie. And he's like, what? And I was like, so me and Nat, I was like, Nat said that Deadpool is like gonna be in this movie. We have like a running bet now that it's like he's gonna be in it. And I'm like, no fucking way he's in this movie. So I'm like, if Deadpool's in this movie, I'm gonna scream in this theater. I'm gonna be like, ah! Like I was just literally gonna lose it. Didn't have to. It was sweet. Alan says, is he playing Rubber Man? John Krasinski? Yeah, that's the one. He's the guy who gets string cheesed by Wanda about 2/3 of the way into the movie.
Yeah. Sadly, Nat has Sinister Strange power and killed the Danny variant by timing him out. You're damn right I did. I'm going to time you out as well. I can time out all your variants.
Can I talk about how fucking sweet it was to see Black Bolt have the recreated X-Men versus Avengers scene? I think it was X-Men versus Avengers or X-Men versus Inhumans. There's one of the comic arcs, but where he like makes Doctor Strange like get turned to dust when he says like I'm sorry. You know, he uses his voice power and he just blows him away.
Wait, you said a theme from the comics? I didn't know comic books had themes. I've never heard of that.
Sorry, scene from comics, not theme.
Oh, the scene. Okay, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't think Black Bolt was involved in X-Men versus Avengers versus X-Men.
No, it wasn't that one. It was something else. I can't remember what it was, but I feel like he does it to Cyclops in comics. He does it to a couple people, but like the one I remember thinking was Black Bolt. Cyclops.
While you're looking it up, I can't believe that they got the same actor, Anson Mount, to play Black Bolt. I thought they were gonna move away from the Inhumans as much as they could.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't because, I mean, I never watched this, so I can't confirm or deny if it was actually like if he was really good in that role or not. I keep hearing that he was actually pretty decent.
He is a good actor. I am a fan of his. Like he's really good in on Hell on Wheels or something. It was that show where he was working on a railroad. It was on AMC. It was back when AMC was good. Had The Walking Dead, had Breaking Bad, had Mad Men, and it had that show.
Yeah. So at one point during, I think this is like the Phoenix Force run, I guess, but like future Cyclops Cyclops is so cool in the comics. They don't talk about how fucking badass and terrorist he becomes.
Cyclops is the most underrated comic book character.
Yeah.
Like the way they portray him in films is a crime.
It's criminal. They never get to flesh him out. Like he turns full like he becomes like he turns to be like the new Magneto in a lot of ways. Like he becomes like the extremist of the group. But yeah, so you can see this comic. He just looks like an extremist guy, right? And it's like him against that. And it's like more or less this is a planned kill. But Black Bolt just like atomizes Cyclops in this scene, right? And it had that similar like, you know, it doesn't have to be this way, but you know, this needs to kind of be done. But It's pretty fucking sick. Honestly, I'm just glad that Black Bolt's like introduced into it because the Inhumans are actually really cool. I've read a handful of Inhuman comic arcs that I just really like. They're not like spectacular, they're not over the top, but I think it's just another tool in the playbook, or it's another tool in the toolbox to play with, right?
Yeah.
So,
I understand why people hate the Inhumans because the whole point of the Inhumans was to have a replacement X-Men because Marvel didn't have access to the X-Men movies. So I understand why X-Men fans don't like the Inhumans, but there's some really cool Inhuman stories, like the whole concept of Black Bolt as a character where he's so powerful and all he needs to do is whisper and he can destroy worlds. I think that's such a cool concept. I forgot where I was going with. Oh yes, I don't know if we're going to see Black Bolt again, but to be fair, I didn't think we were going to see him at all. So
No.
even in this movie, like, I think it was pretty dope to see him. I think that was actually the bigger surprise to me than seeing John Krasinski, even though I fucking literally the entire theater cheered when John Krasinski popped
same.
I freaked fuck, man. I was so happy because this means that it's very likely that John Krasinski is going to be returning in Fantastic Four in some capacity. I don't think it's a lock that he will play Reed Richards again. I think it's extremely likely, but they could be like, oh, this is the different variant of Reed Richards, and it doesn't look like John Krasinski.
They could, but I think at this point it would be really silly for them not to use this as like a hype check, right? If this felt like an anvil, then people, same thing. Like this was probably the biggest like scream in the theater was like, oh, like yeah, John Krasinski. Like that was the hypest moment I think for the theater overall with it. Other than like the murders. Oh yeah.
Well, the murders weren't very hyped. It's got depressing.
It got gasp and awes, but like right, this was like back to back. These were the most like holy shit scenes. To be fair, I think like the Black Bolt death is the sickest fucking death. Like even more than
oh my gosh, I love that. So I was saying when you were going here that I really liked how the Illuminati is very much like they are in the comics, where they have like yes. They had like one representation of each group. Like they had Black Bolt for the Inhumans,
Charles
Reed Richards for the X-Men, Reed Richards for the Fantastic Four, Mordo for the Mystic side, and Captain Marvel from the Cosmics. I think they really nailed that. And the fact that Reed Richards' arrogance is what got them killed is perfect because Reed Richards is one of the smartest beings in the entire universe, but his flaw is his arrogance. And the way they kind of dismissed Wanda as we'll take care of Wanda.
We can handle your little witch. Yeah, don't worry, guys.
It fucking rips them to shreds.
She obliterates them.
She fucking shreds Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so brutal, and I loved it. It was just brutal enough.
As soon as Wanda says "what mouth," I'm immediately like, oh fuck, how hard are they gonna go? And they went way harder than I thought they were going to. Like, Black Bolt's skull crushing into itself after the implosion. Like, Reed being, like, string cheesed is, like, kind of funny. And I'm like, wow, she just murdered him. But it's not, like, so dramatic, right? But then you see Peggy getting fucking cut.
Dude, that was the one that broke my heart. Because if you saw our ranking, our top 10 crushes, Haley Atwell is, like, top 5. So
yeah, that's fair. Haley Atwell is a babe.
Like, yeah. And I thought that Wanda would be the most attractive person in this movie for me. But then Haley Atwell as Captain Carter showed up with the fucking jetpack and the shield. And I was like, oh my God. I couldn't handle it if they just decided to cut her in half. And that's what they did. Danny says, do you think it was disappointing that Marvel marketing spoiled the Illuminati lineup with Carter, Professor X, and Captain Marvel? They didn't spoil Captain Carter. I don't think.
Yeah, Carter. Carter wasn't. I don't remember Carter being spoiled, but I stopped looking at trailers. So
they did spoil Professor X, which is kind of a shame. Like I would have loved if they didn't have that in trailer. But I get why they did it. They want to get butts and seats.
Right.
They want to get butts and seats regardless. But whatever. Captain Marvel. I like that they didn't show the face. Like we didn't know it was Lashana Lynch.
Right.
We thought it was possibly Carol Danvers. So I'm glad. It was, is it Monica Rambeau or is it?
Monica Rambeau, yeah.
What's her daughter's name? It's another M name, and I was.
Yeah,
Maria Rambeau.
Maria. Yeah. I kept thinking, I was like, Remy? No, that's not right. God, what a New Orleans names. But yeah, I mean, like, it's disappointing, but like, so here's the point I think they're trying to get at with that, though. Like, I get the moves, you got to do something, but I think it's like strange, right? Like, that's twofold. It's equally like the biggest part in the movie in a lot of ways. For people who don't know who the fuck the Illuminati are, that's just they're saying like, cool, look at this movie's bigger than you think. For people who do know who Illuminati are, we were going to watch this movie anyway, probably. So I feel like it's a weird clip to show because the audience who is going to appreciate it has already probably bought their ticket. But on the flip side, whatever, showing off, like saying Charles Xavier is going to be in this movie is a pretty big fucking deal. So that people are like, oh shit, that's fucking Xavier? That's neat. I want to see what the X-Men are doing now. Does Marvel has that? Like, that's probably news to like fucking 80%.
But to be fair, they did step it up from what we saw in the trailers.
They
Him
did.
rolling out with the X-Men theme from the animated
Oh,
series.
the theme was so good. The
Holy
90s
shit, dude. It's so good. And I think in the credits it said X-Men 97 theme.
Yeah.
Which isn't the animated series. It's the upcoming series that's going to be on Disney Plus. So it's interesting because it makes me wonder, is this Professor X from the animated series in live action? And the X-Men 97 series is just going to be the X-Men dealing with the death of Charles Xavier. I think that would be a really cool concept. So
I don't know. I love it all, though.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really, really like this movie a lot. Some of the Raimi-isms kind of like dampen my enjoyment of the movie, my enjoyment of the movie. But overall, I thought it was a slam dunk, and like you said, I really like how they're giving these directors free reign to like make their movies. Like this is a Sam Raimi movie. Then this isn't a production controlled Kevin Feige joint. This is him letting Sam Raimi do his thing. So I really enjoy that. I hope they do more of that in the future. It doesn't always land for me. Like when Chloe Zhao did Eternals, that didn't particularly work for me. Although I did think it was interesting that they tried it. So I hope they keep trying to do this in the future.
So I went ahead and double checked to see where this lands on my movie picks. And this lands number 9 currently. I could see it probably going to number 8. I could see it knocking out like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 for me over time. Because Wanda is my favorite character, hands down. And I want to talk about WandaGate with this a little bit because people were so like, oh no, Wanda's a bad guy. She wouldn't murder everybody. And I'm like, fuck you. First of all, Wanda is continually one of the more tragic characters, both in the comics, and she's probably the most tragic character we have in the MCU.
I disagree. She's one of the most, but I still think Nebula is the most tragic character.
Nebula has a pretty rough, right? Well, I don't know. Nebula, like, she loses Gamora, she gets back Gamora, she starts a new relationship, but she's got a terrible, like, childhood through Thanos. And Wanda has a terrible childhood through war-torn strife.
It was pretty rough, too. Yeah, you got a great point.
I think Wanda still takes it. Like, they have... If you want to compare childhoods, Thanos' childhood is probably a little worse than parents dying in a war for things, getting experimented on by Hydra, followed immediately by having your brother killed, followed immediately by falling in love with an android cyborg, his Vision, and then having to kill him, only to see him brought back to life to be killed again, and then going through everything on WandaVision. No, in the MCU, she has it the worst. She's absolutely the most, like, traumatized person in this whole one.
Yeah,
you got
she also has to live in New Jersey, so that's a good point.
Right. She has to live in New Jersey. She bought property and has to live in New Jersey, so that's all you need to know. I love Wanda's arc. I said that perfectly in WandaVision. Started out as a villain in Ultra, so it's like full circle. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that this is like I can see some arguments for people, right? Like WandaVision leaves her off to sit there and be, powerful, and it almost like I could see people feeling as though they feel robbed because there's like this positivity to her feeling like she's getting through her grief, but it was a grief of vision and everything that she had lost up until then. She lost her childhood in a lot of ways that she was finally processing, and she lost vision in this whole process because she was, what made her feel human in the first time. And then for her to have all of that and then have children, in her process of grief to lose her children. Now she's grieving over a whole new thing. That's like she finally starts to recover. And this is why I think it ties in really well with WandaVision, because WandaVision is the process of learning how to accept Vision's grief, but now having to get into starting to process her kids' grief and her trying to be this mother with absent children and all of that. So I don't think her being a villain is overstated or any of this. I think that anybody with, Wanda makes one of the better villains in that you can see where she's coming from. You may not agree with it. You may not have done this. But Wanda was just like, dude, have you seen my fucking life? I have been everything I ever love. Everything gets fucking ruined and killed, or I've had to kill it, and then it gets killed again, and then I have kids, and I think I finally got it, and then that gets torn away. Fuck this world. I'm done. I want to have my kids. I just want to have my kids and leave. I just want to live in my own universe, and if I have to figure out whatever the fuck I got to do, I'm going to do it. So her reading a Darkhold and then having that play an influence on her decision making. I think Wanda not getting into the dark magics probably doesn't go as far, but they use that to kind of emphasize that it fed on her negative emotion and put her onto the dark path of it. And she's sick. Her going through the glass dimension, all fucking crookedy and stuff like that. Sam Raimi crushes Wanda in this. He does such a good fucking job on making her feel menacing and powerful and just nuts. Yeah, I really like this movie. I'm talking it up. I'm putting it up to 7. What just got knocked down on my list? The Guardians is knocked down. I'm putting this above Civil War.
Ooh, yeah. I can definitely see your argument. Like when you said you could see the argument on why people don't like the movie. I can definitely see that as well. I wouldn't go as far as Ben Bateman, who had this movie second to last.
Ben has this like second to last, and I'm gonna fucking murder Ben Bateman when I see him live in Nashville at some point. I don't know. I'm waiting for my email. Because he's got a show, and I've got VIP tickets. And if you think I ain't fucking roasting him and trying to record it, you are insane.
Alan Smithy says, I might actually watch this one in the theater.
Alan, this one's worth watching in the theater.
You're a fucking madman if you just sat through this entire review and you haven't seen the movie. Come on.
Yeah.
Watch the damn movie. But, I mean, thank you for being in chat and watching. Yeah, I mean, I think that Wanda was. I talked about this when you were gone, so I don't need to rehash it. But yeah. I think Wanda's an all-time top villain in the MCU.
Yeah,
like she the fact that she had all this buildup is WandaVision your favorite. So I mentioned it somewhere before. I don't remember if it was on T-Dubs or it was backstage on No Chill, but I think WandaVision is like second for me, just after Loki, and they're so neck and neck.
Wanda's first for me. I'll concede I probably had more fun with Loki, but I think Wanda just has so much more to tell in WandaVision.
I think the only reason I have Loki higher than it is because I feel like it was more consistent in its quality than WandaVision was. Mm-hmm. I think the ending kind of like dampened it. If they nailed the ending, then it would be undisputed my number 1. Not that I thought it was that bad, but I'm just so tired of the mirror matchups.
Right. It was the Moon Knight predictable argument that we had like last time we talked about it. It was just like, of course it was just wizard against wizard, and then okay, I put you in your place. I learned my lesson. And Danny says, don't forget about the end credit of Doctor Strange. Your kids were calling out the help from 818 Wanda from the Scarlet Witch. Yeah, I know, Danny. Listen, I watched the show and the movie. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, this is the second time you've mentioned that in this chat. All right, we get it, Danny.
Yeah, yeah.
Ben Rainer says my top 3: 1, WandaVision, number 2, Moon Knight, number 3, Loki.
Woo! Number 2.
This is a hot take.
That's a hot take I've seen in a minute, Ben.
Not so much for WandaVision and Loki, but the Moon Knight number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect it. I think Moon Knight was a good show.
Yeah. I think if it landed for you that well, I could see you having that argument. Because again, art's subjective in these shows. I think it's like fair to critically say that WandaVision and Loki are the best shows by like just a certain standard, right? Like if you take your emotion out of it and you take all the experience out of it, you would say these are probably the most best acted. They're the ones who kind of tell the best stories, have the most human element. Dylan wasn't here for that. That's fair. But Moon Knight, I will sit here and say is like, that's hot, man. That's hot. Episode 5, you could point and be like, episode 5 though. And I'm like, listen, top 3 episodes in this verse. I'll give you that. So if with that, that's not like a crazy stretch to give you number 2 on it. But you know what, Ben? I'm glad you liked it that much, buddy. I'm stoked for you. I wanted to like it more. Episode 5, I really, really enjoyed. You know, you tuned into this show. I wanted more out of it. Though.
Oscar Isaac killed it for me. He's the best performer in the MCU for me. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. I think he did have the best performance in all of the MCU. Actually, no.
Whole MCU? That's
I don't know. That he's definitely top 5 for me.
I'll give him.
Because there's a lot of good acting in the MCU.
Okay, because I'm such a shill for Elizabeth Olsen, so I will start by saying Elizabeth Olsen I think is killing it the most, figuratively and literally. All right, so let's do this. Top five MCU actors right now. I'm gonna say Elizabeth Olsen. What was it? Performer. So yeah, so actors.
Like in the MCU, or are we taking
in MCU? In MCU, okay. MCU. Okay. Yeah. So I would say Elizabeth Olsen for me, and this is going to be in ranked order for right here. Elizabeth Olsen, I think, is on top because she's just been killing it. It's hard not to say like Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. aren't fucking killing it too. I have to give something to Tom Holland. Tom Holland's on fucking fire in his Spider-Man performances. And then is it just Oscar Isaac? Maybe. Yeah. Let me think. Hold on, let me look at this Marvel movie list real quick. Yeah, man. I think it's probably Oscar Isaac at 5. Clint Barton, whatever his real name actor is. Hiddleston as Loki is really fucking good too, actually. Yeah, damn. I don't want to give Kelsey the credit though. You're muted again, Matt.
Who's my number 5? I'm trying to think because I'm writing all these down to see if they match.
Tom Holland, Olsen. It's kind of hard to deny Junior Evans. I don't want to give it to Hawkeye. He does great in Hawkeye, but up until then he has moments though, man. When his moment in Infinity Wars or Endgame is super fucking good. Him and Hawkeye is really good. Jeremy Renner, there we go. I can remember that actor's name. So he's probably
I said it, but I was muted. So damn it.
Yeah. Tom Hiddleston's really good. I don't know. Tom Hiddleston, Renner, Oscar Isaac. They all feel like
Jeremy Renner's a top 5 actor in the MCU.
I know. I think about that, and I'm like, yeah, honestly, from what he's gotten to work with, he got a series though, so that helps in a lot of ways. I
think my list skews towards the villains because I have 4 out of 5 of mine are villains.
I'm trying to think, Thanos is super good.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right, so I have number 1, Vincent D'Onofrio in Daredevil. Number 2,
I forget we're including that too. Shit.
David Tennant in Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Number 3, Oscar Isaac is where he lands for me. Number 3. Mm-hmm. Number 4, Elizabeth Olsen. And number 5, I'm gonna go Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. and Chadwick are, yeah, dude. There's fucking MCU is ripe with really good performances. So I would say, okay, I'll put it this way. I don't know if I put Oscar Isaac in my top 5, but if I made this a tier list to be more fair, because we love our fucking tier list here, I would put him in the same tier as like the A and S tier performances. I think that it's just such a wealth of performances, and he's only got to do Moon Knight so far. So
sorry, I'm just like kind of baffled at this comment. Danny Cost says Baby Groot is also an excellent actor. I think you're being sarcastic because Baby Groot's actor is Vin Diesel. And
Vin Diesel is a great actor. I don't know what you mean.
Sir Vincent Diesel is not a great actor. Kevin Diesel.
Have you ever, Mr. Diesel, Sir
Diesel,
Monsieur Diesel?
Listen, I am a big Fast and Furious fan. The strength in that franchise is not the acting. Although, speaking of Fast and Furious, let me tell you about how I got spoiled for this movie 2 hours before I went to see it. So, I was looking up a random actor's filmography.
Oh, no.
For no reason. There was a reason. So, I was playing Hollywoodle, which is Wordle, but there's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon where you try to connect 2 actors.
Right.
And one of the actors is in this movie. It was Charlize Theron.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking mid-credit scene. I was like, God damn, she's Clea. So that was spoiled for me. I saw the movie at 6. I spoiled myself at 4.
So,
I was so close, so close.
Why were you even in media anything for this time, Nat? That's what you get.
I was on Wikipedia. I didn't think Wikipedia would spoil it for me.
Wikipedia's full of spoilers. Danny asking the real question: who on the PLD here for MCU performances?
Who's on the PLD list of? I don't
So
know
who's the
if anyone
shitty
is.
actors in this?
I don't know if anyone is.
No, nobody comes out to me as like excessively bad, right? Danny
Yeah.
Rand there's an argument for.
There's an argument for, but
He's probably the lowest we maybe get.
I don't even think he's that bad.
I don't think he's awful. It's not good.
I think he's like C tier, but not PLD.
Right, I think I'll concede. I think it's much more about the material he's given rather than the actor's performance.
I'm looking it up, and I like all of these performances. Granted, I haven't seen Inhumans, so I don't know.
You know who I'd actually put in PLD? You know who just doesn't land for me?
Who's that?
The Big Lebowski himself.
Oh, really?
Iron Man 1?
Ironmonger?
Yeah. Tony, I'm coming for you. Fucking slow ass jets and shit.
He built the suit in the cave with a box of scraps. You didn't like that line delivery? That was so good.
Oh yeah, I'm building it with a box of scrap. Yeah, it didn't work for me. The Thor Dark that's Malkeith, the fucking Elf King. You show some respect, Danny.
That's Christopher Eccleston. Come on, Danny.
Yeah.
That's
And
unexpected.
it's forgettable, so it wasn't bad. It would be C tier because I don't remember a damn thing about that movie except for the Thor and Loki faking death thing.
Yeah, I can't think of any that are like offensively bad.
No, I don't really think there is a really bad performance with it. Yeah. I'm sorry, Danny. There's not a lot of PLD tier here.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have a better answer for this.
Yeah, just kind of drifting off there.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard? Yeah, I guess that's it wasn't even bad. I would put Sam Rockwell in that tier for his performance in Iron Man 2. Dude, Sam Rockwell's so good, man.
No, dude. For all of Iron Man 2's faults, Sam Rockwell was not one of them.
No, Sam Rockwell is fantastic. He could do so much better and has done another. Listen, Sam Rockwell's fantastic. I think he did exactly what he needed to. Like that's something. The more you pay attention to, the more you appreciate how it's almost intentionally like he's intentionally an idiot. He's intentionally like kind of fucking it all up. But I think it's nuanced. I think it's good. Star Drew says, "Hey Dylan and Nat. Hey Star Drew, how are you doing?" Star Drew, if you've seen Doctor Strange Mom, tell us what you thought about it.
Yeah, tell us what you think.
If Ed Harris is on the movie, then can he be PLD? If Ed Harris is on the movie, can he be PLD tier? No, Ed Harris is a pretty good actor. I just won't never tell Paul that. Vin Diesel sucks as
Mickey Rourke? No.
Who'd Mickey Rourke play again?
I want my board.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that performance kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, if
That
anyone
one's
has
pretty
to go
shitty.
PLD tier, it would be that.
I'd put it in PLD tier. Well, did you get the Carrie vibe? Dude, that's all I thought during this whole movie. I was waiting for like the blood to come splattering down onto her.
I like that it wasn't actually blood on her. It was the Ultron.
It was Ultron oil.
Yeah.
But honestly, I thought that was such a smart way to play with that, right? Like,
I definitely
hey, this movie's fucking good. Fuck you, Bateman. No, I'm kidding. Bateman's very polite. He says, I'm glad you enjoy it. I just didn't. I thought it was objectively maybe the bottom last thing in the whole Marvel category. What was below it? Did he have Iron Fist, the TV series?
He had Captain Marvel below it.
Captain fucking Marvel. Where's Iron Fist on this list? You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna look up this tweet real quick.
I don't know if he ranked the TV shows.
No, he had TV shows in there because there was like Loki.
He didn't have Iron Fist below this? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So it may have been more about. It might have been just like the MCU like shows, not necessarily the Netflix series ones, but I remember definitely seeing like Loki up in there. I'm like, wow, this is like all of it then.
Yeah. I mean, if we were ranking all the shows and the movies, I would think I wouldn't even have Iron Fist last. I would have Thor 2 last, and then Iron Fist just above it.
Doctor Strange 2 is. Do I see Iron Fist in here? No. So this is just the Disney Plus shows, none of the.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, that's fine. If I didn't fucking see. So, but to tell me that regular Thor, that Iron Man 2, that Thor the Dark World. Yeah, like all those are above it. I think it's a little silly a bit. Like I think we agree on our upper echelon for sure. WandaVision's a little bit low for my taste, but we agree for the top half. But the bottom half, we are not on board with Bateman on. Like Bruce in this movie, Minnie didn't see What If. Ben may not have seen What If. No, he saw What If. What If is ranked in his ranking, so he definitely saw it. But
And he says Iron Fist season 2 wasn't worse than Thor 2. You're absolutely right, and that's what pushed it over Thor 2 for me.
Fair. I keep hearing good things about Iron Fist 2, but that shit got canceled, didn't it? So
yeah. So if I were you, I wouldn't watch it because I don't think it's worth it.
No.
It wasn't great. It was. I wouldn't even say it was good. I think it was fine. But it had Colleen Wing. What's her name? Jessica Henwick. So.
Yeah, Jessica Henwick is fire. Can you imagine being Jessica Henwick and having to pick between what was it that she? There was a really funny interview recently. It was between. It was her and Keanu Reeves, and they were talking about, yeah, you either could have ended up in The Matrix or ended up in. Oh, what was the other property she? Fuck, what was it? It was Matrix 4 and something else. And then Keanu was like, yeah, you picked Matrix 4. And he's like, do you feel like it was like a good idea? And she's like, because it could have been like another really good property, and Matrix 4 was fucking awful. God, yeah. So I think that's funny. I think of her whenever I think of that. Will you be excited for No Time Left and then Secret Wars? No, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, Star mentions about What If though, and I think this movie has little nods to What If, but overall, I don't think you need a What If at all.
I thought for sure the zombie change was going to be from from What If. I thought the evil strange was going to be from What If.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like the super evil Supreme Strange from What If, and then you find out it's not, and which makes sense because I think that one would ragdoll this Doctor Strange.
Well, like I said, this movie did so much to subvert my expectations. I thought Wanda was going to be like a supporting character and not the big bad guy, and
I did not see her being the big bad, and then they do that early, and then she's the big bad this whole fucking movie.
And she's not sympathetic at all.
No.
And she fucking straight up murders these people. Also, hold on, I gotta pull this motherfucker up. Like, why was he in the movie? But I thought that they were gonna have at least Zombie Strange be a bad guy, but no, he was Doctor Strange, who was a good guy. I was like,
yeah,
what?
no, that was pretty sick for them because I like that. Typically in magic culture, right, like in like D&D worlds and stuff like that, necromancy is like the forbidden magic. So for Strange to inherit, like put his soul projection into a dead body is like so fucking taboo. I think it's sweet. Stop bagging on Black Bolt. Yeah, like listen, I'm just stoked to see Black Bolt there because if you told me that Inhumans can be brought into this, I think that'd be super sweet. Are you gonna show that picture of that fucking cow, dude?
Dude, that's what I was trying to pull up. I was trying to pull up this picture.
I know. I remember thinking, yeah, because I saw that earlier on Reddit today, and they were like, "Somebody tell me why the fuck this guy is in this movie." What was that? Where is that at? Yeah,
why is he in the movie? You don't explain him at all. He just has this fucking bull who's there just chilling, and they don't take a second to explain it. They don't even mention his name. Well, why? Why is he in the movie?
I kind of love it. I kind of love that he's just like a random. Like that's just where we are in the universe now. Like, so there was a tweet, and I've talked about it before, where somebody was just like, MCU in credit scenes just be like, random person walks into the room, and it's like, hey, it's me, Blorko, and then that's exactly what happened on this post-credit scene with Cleo. So I was like, all right, that's on brand. But I audibly laughed whenever I saw that thread, and I was just like, no, you're right. Like, I didn't question who the fuck that guy was at all.
Because there was a lot of speculation when the trailers came out, like who he was, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. They got a fucking Minotaur here, and then they don't explain his presence at all.
Yeah.
Sergeant says, I know you read this word, but I wasn't paying attention. But is Nat bagging on Black Bolt? I don't know if I did at all. I love Black Bolt.
Yeah, Danielle Cost, the prettiest bag lady I've ever met, says Wanda, the coldest line to Richards. Does the children have a mother? Then they'll have someone to look after them. yeah, she was just like, I could make you disappear. And he's like, bet. And then she's like, okay. And he's like, ah! That's the whole Illuminati scene summed up very poorly. We've talked almost the whole show about this movie because
I still have more to say. Like,
I know this movie's good. This movie's good, man.
I will say, like, a negative for me was how Doctor Strange is like got America to believe herself by just telling her that she should. Like,
yeah, it's a little like, yeah, you can, and she's like, I really can't. And it's like, yeah, you can. She's like, you're right. Like,
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really like this movie a lot. I love that they're trying different stuff, and I hope that they don't stick to the same formula for the future.
yeah.
Yeah, really like this movie a lot. It's
Push
not
the envelope. I want to see Doctor Strange 3 be straight just porn. That's the genre left untouched. I want to see. We've seen a little bit of horror. We've seen lots of comedies. We've seen action adventure. We've seen spy thriller. I want to see pornography. Marvel, push the envelope. Doctor Strange. I saw all the weird tentacle stuff you were doing with America in the beginning of this movie.
Maybe you shouldn't have said that. She's underaged.
I'm not the one making the movie. I'm just acknowledging what they're implying with it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
That ain't
We didn't even talk about America at all.
I know. Honestly, America's pretty good. America's pretty good.
She's good.
America's good. Like she's good, but it's not like, honestly, she's not standing out in like a huge way. Like she's good, but the big problem is that they just kind of have her be this helpless dangling mouse throughout the whole movie. She gets little tiny moments, but by and far, this movie wasn't giving her the attention that she probably deserves. I think that'll be fleshed out more in the Marvels. That's just kind of my take. I think that she'll get more.
She's gonna be in the Marvels.
I think she will be.
Okay.
Don't sleep on it.
No,
I know it feels like too many cooks in the kitchen, but why not?
I wouldn't hate it. I mean, like I just put everyone in the movies, like put Deadpool and Doctor Strange too.
No, he ain't getting in there. But I think America Chavez is going to pop into the Marvels. For some reason, I just feel it. That's my gut feeling on it. I think it just kind of makes sense too. If you have all this interstellar time warping, like people from different times and places and stuff like that, what better explanation than having America Chavez just break through fucking time-space barriers then? I mean, she goes through dimensions. Why not push the envelope with that?
Oh, you know what? I think she's gonna show up in Young Avengers because they're setting it up, aren't they? With Kate Bishop, her, and Yelena. I think that.
Yeah, they've got her. They got Yelena. They've got a couple of folks. He's the only MCU filmmaker to be gunned down in a radical Coen Brothers movie, says Alan. What? He's the only MCU filmmaker.
I don't watch other movies.
Yeah, I only watch MCU movies, Alan. Quit citing other movies. What's the Coen Brothers? Is that like
What do you got? You're about to say something funny.
I'm running on, dude. I won't lie. I'm running on fumes. It's been a really long week. I've had to fight a hornet today. I've got to wake up at like 4 a.m. I have to wake up in literally 6 hours to go to a fucking airport an hour away and then get onto an airplane to fly to 2 different time zones away. And then stay tuned for Titans coming up here in a couple weeks, guys.
Anyway, that's been our Doctor Strange review. You can come back. You've been hiding out for spoilers. Alice said she was thinking about joining the show today, which I'm kind of disappointed that she's not here because that would have been. It would have been cool if T-Dubs was the only appearance of. Oh, there it is, the World Girls.
Yeah.
She's not dressed as Golem. Yeah, I feel lied to.
Yeah, I was like, she's not dressed as Gollum. That's clearly an elf. An elf wouldn't be Gollum. Wait, who said that? Who got yellow? Danny, was that you?
It was Smithy.
Smithy, you liar! You can't. Smithy, did you mix up an elf with Gollum? How do you? It's embarrassing, Smithy.
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
But yeah, I thought it would have been really cool if we had our only appearance of PLD on Call to Action to be on this show, and also the first appearance of Alex.
Yeah.
Post baby. That would have been cool.
I think that would have been sick, but no, they didn't want to watch Doctor Strange. And they're like, well, talk about anything else. Yeah, to be fair, if they're like, if you guys want to talk about anything else, we're like, probably won't. We forgot to talk about free for all last week, and then we both agreed after we said that we were like, yeah, nothing really that much happened. Paul Preston got snubbed.
Snubbed big time.
Snubbed.
God, I would have loved it. I love Marisol, but I would have marked out if Paul Preston won.
Yeah, I think Paul Preston is so far overdue. It's like the I'm no chill and the no chill guys. I don't know if it translates the same over text, Smithy, but you got us good, buddy. Good prank.
You got us good.
Moon Knight was pretty good. I mostly agree. I think it was fine to good. So pretty good is a fine way to describe it. I don't have the audio up on this. I don't know what they're
playing D&D.
I know they're playing D&D, but I'm wondering what they're. Hold on, let me listen to this.
At last, it connects with the rock troll, but it's wearing sort of just these like random pieces of armor and stuff like that, just like shit found. Like the thing.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Sounds like a D&D session.
I've never played D&D. I would love to try.
Really? You've never played it? Dude, D&D's sweet.
I would love to play, but I just need people who aren't like total losers to guide me through it. Because like the D&D people that I've met in my life in real life have not been the kind of people I want to hang out with.
Ask PJ. PJ seems like a D&D guy.
You know what? PJ might be a D&D guy. I can see it.
PJ smells of D&D geek to me. I say that because I'm a D&D geek. I'm a huge D&D geek. Like, I could DM it if we fucking wanted to. But
the people I've met online who are D&D players, like, they're cool. But not people in real life.
Yeah, that's fair. that's valid. That's Joe Star from Movie Fights. I don't fucking need to know who that is, Danny. Maybe I did know who Joe Star was, and I didn't. I won't lie to you.
I did. I like Joe.
Can you time Daniel Cost out?
I sure can. It would be my absolute pleasure. he's timed up for 5 minutes.
I don't like to be made a fool of on my show, Daniel.
Wait, if I time someone out, they're just like banned from the chat, right? They can still watch the video.
I don't know. Danny, let us know if you can still watch the video, but you just can't comment in the chat. I think you're just timed out from the chat. No, it's Joe Star
with 2 R's.
Oh, so see,
he was being a snob and he was wrong. Can you believe that?
God, what a dude! What a d-bag. He's getting off to the negative energy though. This is his fetish.
This is a weird episode.
Yeah,
I can't believe we spent an hour talking about Doctor Strange.
I can. That movie's good.
It is good.
Yeah, timeout is non-talk, but you can see. Maybe. I like that. Okay, so Star Drew comes in. Yeah, timeout is non-talk, but you can see. Maybe. I like how you came in with the confidence of the answer, and then you already at the end are like, but I'm not really sure.
You know what, Star Drew? I can't time you out because you're on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I would have to go through a separate tab to do that.
Danny Cost says, I hate you all unsubscribed. Why? We banned Daniel Cost.
Yeah, well, we timed Danny Cost.
Sorry, timed him out. Yeah. Danny, you're the fun one. Everybody knows that.
You know what? You're gonna be have that attitude with me. I'm gonna put you on timeout. 5 minutes. I'm a monster. Like I said in the chat, this is the most abuse this is the most a small amount of power has gone to my head.
Yeah.
He's been timed out for 5 minutes. I think. Does it work?
Danny, there's another chat room, right? Maybe. Yeah, if he goes to the Twitch, he's just gonna invade over there.
I'm trying to time out. It's not working.
Oh no. Did he say you have no more power here?
Oh, you know what? I timed him out 3 times.
Yeah, at this point, they're like, all right, you literally just have to ban him if you're going to keep timing him out like that. Unlimited power.
I timed him out 4 times. That's like, so it's 300 seconds times 4. So that would be
1,200 seconds, which is roughly 20 minutes.
That's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Danny. That was an accident. I only meant to tell you for 5 minutes, but
yeah. Whoops. That's RB. I guess we can react for the next couple minutes to this D&D campaign. I want to talk about who has not. I want to clarify. I'm not saying who is the most attractive. Who do I think is the hottest? I'm saying who has the best look right now for their characters. I don't know what their characters are supposed to be, but who do you think is matching their energy the best in this right now,
man? I don't know because we can only see like.
I know we can only really see shoulders up for the most part.
Yeah.
I think Darina's killing it. She definitely looks like that she's a tiefling of some sort.
Danny says Nat. Sydney says Nat. I agree. It's
3
me.
times out is a lifetime ban, guys. 3 strikes rule on YouTube.
You know what? I'm gonna say Dorina as well.
Yeah, I think Doreen's killing it. Like, I'm pretty sure she's a tiefling, maybe like Pyromancer, or like probably like a mage of some sort would be my guess. Chaos magic.
Oh, you know what we could talk about? There's like a bunch of new trailers that have dropped.
Is
The
there?
Avatar 2 trailer.
Here's my quick review of the Avatar 2 trailer. Who cares?
That's exactly what I said. I was like, okay, this doesn't really tell me anything about the this doesn't really make me want to see the movie more than I already.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminds me of like a really good live action trailer of Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah. You know what? I can see that. Yeah.
If I pitched it as that, I would find it much more interesting. But because I know it's just Avatar 2, I'm like, who gives a shit? You're like 20 years too late.
I know. So the first movie came out when I was still in high school.
Yeah.
Because I remember prepping for my SATs and Avatar 1 was out and everyone was going crazy about it. And now I'm approaching 30. So it's like you waited too long, pal. All right. They got 4 sequels announced, and that's just like
I know, and the more sequels they announce, the less I care. If I'm being totally honest, like they keep talking about it, but like, what made Avatar such a sick film?
I think that people have been overrating it to the point where it has gotten underrated because it is a good movie.
It's good. Like, it's not a bad movie, but you're right. It's now since they hit a point of saturation and overrated that now people are underrating it because they're just like, it's trash. I'm like, no, it's not trash. It's just like a good movie that doesn't.
But it is weird that it was at one point the highest grossing movie.
The highest grossing movie. I still think that's the strangest thing about Avatar. Avatar looks pretty much like
Is it
Avatar.
still the highest grossing movie?
No, it got knocked out by Avengers.
Yeah, but then I thought it retook it because it got re-released.
Maybe, I don't remember. I don't know. It's me not caring about Avatar more.
Or is it Gone with the Wind?
I was only 12 when Avatar came out. Yeah, man. Like, I also shout out to John Elite 454 Life.
Shout out. So it is still Avatar. Avatar has been
that fucking movie. Listen, I think the movie's good. Like, the first one was good. I don't think it deserves to be like the highest grossing movie of all time. I think that's a little silly. That being said, it did hate it. It did expand technology for movies in a lot of ways. So I appreciate its like achievement in the cinema field. But also its 3D was the achievement. And after that, everything else was kind of like pretty shit for 3D.
I'm excited to see how it does in 3D again because I haven't seen a 3D movie in like 6 years or something like that.
Oh, God, dude, I haven't seen one in over a decade, and I can tell you that as somebody who wears glasses, wearing glasses over glasses is the most annoying thing in the world.
It truly is because I used to wear glasses before I got the cataract surgery. Now I don't need glasses anymore, but like I don't feel the need to watch any 3D movies, so that's kind of so it's like I used to be obsessed with 3D movies, like fucking Spy Kids 3D. Come on, that was my jam.
Yeah, I remember whenever like Lion King the animated one got re-released for 3D in theaters, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I think that'd be sick." The cliff scene with the buffaloes will be cool, and it was okay. And then
I remember that I saw that too.
Yeah, it was okay. It was like pretty cool. And then the rest of the movie, I didn't care. Like the rest of the movie, it was just Lion King, and it's just good because it's Lion King, but didn't really benefit from 3D. Minimum Guard 3D is a pretty good look. Yeah, I mean, it's just for me. I feel like that now 3D is just kind of looked at as so gimmicky that we had 3D televisions be popular for a year or two. Remember that? Now you can probably find those things for like $200. Like,
yeah. So it's gonna be interesting what this movie does. I'm hoping it will be good. I'm hoping it will revitalize the franchise, but I'm not super excited for it.
Find you somebody that loves water or loves you as much as James Cameron loves water. Right? That's the running gag right now.
Yeah. Speaking of James Cameron, he's like 2 out of 3 top grossing movies with Avatar and Titanic. So that's quite an
Is he the best director of all time? No, I don't. Let me look. Hold on. Let me look at James Cameron's photography again. It's just
yeah. Why don't you look it up? While you're looking it up, let's talk about some other trailers that have dropped.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones: The House of the Dragon dropped.
All right, that actually is a pretty good looking trailer.
Yeah. So I wanted to not like this trailer because I mean, who cares about Game of Thrones anymore?
Right.
God damn, this trailer looks sick.
And then both of us, Danny, and most of the C2A chat. I guess we all care because the trailer looks really good.
There was a point in my life where I would have said Game of Thrones was my favorite show.
Yeah. Oh, that was for a good 4 seasons. I would say that was definitely the case for me.
Yeah, but then that final season happened, and I was a defender for it until the very last episode, and I just couldn't anymore.
Yeah.
The entire game plan for me, because I don't have any pets, was to get a dog and make sure that it's a white dog and name him Ghost. Like
Yeah.
that was the level of fandom I was at.
You know what level of fandom I was at?
What's that?
I wanted to get a dog, and I wanted it to be small and derpy, and I wanted to name it Spaghetti.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of spaghetti scenes in Game of Thrones.
That's a nod to all like the intestines coming out for people when they get murdered, and
okay.
it's not a nod. I just think that a name Spaghetti for a small little derpy dog is hilarious.
Yeah, that is hilarious. So my two options for dog names are Ghost, the white dog.
Yeah.
And also, if I get like a really small dog, I'm gonna name him Killer because it's ironic.
Yeah, it's the funny one, right? So really quick review of Cameron's filmography. Terminator: Dark Fate. I know. Alita Battle Angel, but only the screenplay, so it doesn't count. Terminator 2. All right, Terminator 2 is sick. Terminator, Avatar. Lots of Terminator stuff. We get it. Titanic.
Of course.
He did a screenplay for Rambo? Huh, yeah, I feel like I knew that. Yeah, Rambo. Piranha 2.
Are you reading his screenplay credits?
Yeah, I think I'm just reading his screenplay. This is where he's a writer. Yeah, I'm trying to find director.
Yeah, well, I can read you his directing stuff.
Yeah, whatever. So Titanic, Avatar.
His debut was Piranha 2: The Spawning.
Yeah.
And he did The Terminator, Aliens, which is all-time great movie. The Abyss, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
People really like True Lies, and I don't.
True Lies.
I think it's okay.
Never
Dark Angel, he gives 1 episode of, and I'll give him. Okay, so he doesn't create the show.
Where are you reading this filmography? Are you on IMDb?
IMDb, yeah.
Well, I'm on Wikipedia. It's a very concise list.
Yeah, I know. IMDb's kind of shitty for this. All right, so really, let's narrow it down. He's got 4 big movies, really. He's got Terminator, Terminator 2, Avatar, Titanic. I guess if you want to count True Lies. Well, and Aliens, whatever.
Yeah,
Fine,
Aliens. One of the best action movies of all time.
Yeah, he's got 5 pretty good movies.
Well, I don't know about pretty good. I feel like Aliens and Terminator 2 are 2 of the best of all time.
Best of all time.
Best of all time. I think Terminator 2 is the best action movie. And then Aliens.
I can't give it to the action franchise. I Terminator 2. Listen, I'll concede Terminator 2 is really good. I'm downplaying it quite a bit. Terminator 2 is pretty good, but Avatar is good, but overhyped. Titanic. I haven't rewatched Titanic as an adult, so I'm probably underrating it, but I think it's probably good enough. Terminator 2 is an all-timer, and Aliens. See, I think Aliens is good.
Aliens is great. I don't know what kind of fucking weed you're smoking that leads you.
No, sorry. No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I was getting mixed up because I had rewatched Alien recently. Not
Alien, the first one.
Yeah, so I rewatched the first one, and I remember thinking like that's why I'm like so. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Alien, the first one, I think is still very, very great.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
But Aliens is fucking awesome. And I was saying
I need to rewatch Aliens. I kind of don't remember it. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe
Aliens is where the entire franchise peaked. The entire.
Yeah, I know that about it. I'm just forgetting. But
Predator included.
I'll go back to it. Piranha 2, The Spawning is S tier. Smithy, I believe you. I believe you think that. Anyway,
You haven't lied to us once today, so I believe you.
So anyway, I think that James Cameron's a good enough director. I guess he's fine.
That's a hot take. I think he's pretty good at what he does.
I think he's fine. I think he's just fine, guys. He's like maybe top 15.
Top 15 of all directors? I would have to think about it, but you know what? I would go top 15.
I give him a top 15.
I'm going out on a limb and saying fucking James Cameron, one of the most prolific directors of all time, is top 15.
He's probably like 14 to me, too. Like, I could probably name 14 other directors I think better. Smithy gaslighting. What's that? Anyway, I think that's probably going to be our show, guys.
That's
I've
our
got-
show. Who are we rating? I guess Sasha Grey.
Yeah, hang tight with us at
Actually,
Twitch.
no, we
guys.
can't play because I think we're off Twitch.
No, we're on Twitch still.
It says the download was canceled. Oh, we're on. Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna be rating Sasha Grey. Hang tight, Stardew. You're the only one on Twitch, so
Yeah, Starger, hang tight. Let Sasha Grey know where you come from. Everybody on YouTube, hang tight while we raid over on Sasha Grey. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Make sure to keep an eye on Titans here these next couple weeks. You might see a familiar face.
Mark Ellis.
Mark Ellis.
We are over there on Sasha Grey's Twitch, and for the YouTube people, thank you for watching. You're our favorite. I'm gonna time out Danny Cost one more time before we get off.
He's never going to be able to come back to this channel if you keep doing it.
Danny Cost has been timed out, and that's our show.